Hey everyone. Today we're diving into a wild idea. What if we had a whole quadrillion dollars to spend on building a satellite? Sounds crazy, right? Well, trust me, it's a fun concept to play around with. So buckle as we explore not only the feasibility of such a project, but also what we could achieve with that kind of cash and space. Satellites play a huge role in our daily lives, so let's see how we could take this to the next level. All right, first things first, let's wrap our heads around just how big a quadrillion dollars really is. A quadrillion is 1,000 trillion, or 1 followed by 15 zeros. To put that into perspective, the entire GDP of the whole world is around 80 trillion bucks. So we're talking about an amount that's 12 times bigger than global wealth. Imagine funding space missions, communication networks, and incredible technology advancements. What could we do with this astronomical sum? Well, for starters, consider the historic Voyager missions that cost a few $1 billion each. If we had a quadrillion dollars, we could launch not just a few missions, but thousands. Just imagine the scientific breakthroughs we could achieve. It's like having an open checkbook to revolutionize our understanding of the universe. Now, let's dive into the fun part, designing our satellite. What would it look like? In the satellite world, there are a few crucial components to consider. First off, the structure and materials are key. We'd want the best materials, possibly even some futuristic stuff they haven't invented yet. Next up is the propulsion system. We want our satellite to zip around space efficiently, so we might incorporate solar sails or ion drives. And what about communication equipment? Imagine having the latest technology that allows for real-time data transmission across galaxies. One important thing to think about is the satellite's purpose. Is it for global communications, or is it meant for scientific research? This would greatly influence our design choices. If we're aiming for a massive satellite that serves multiple purposes, we'd need to think about size and scale. We could make it one of the biggest satellites ever towering above Earth. Now that we have our design locked down, let's talk about construction. Building a satellite isn't a simple task. It requires an intricate manufacturing process. We're talking about cutting-edge technology and materials. Think 3D printing for satellite components. This would allow for extreme precision and creativity in design. However, assembling all of this in space can pose some serious challenges. We'd have to figure out how to get every tiny piece into orbit and then put them together. Imagine a remote control that works in zero gravity. Sounds fun, right? Integration of different systems, like power, communication, and propulsion, would be crucial. Also, considering the sheer scale of our satellite, we might need to have assembly teams working right in space. Collaboration in microgravity could lead to some impressive teamwork scenarios. Can you picture astronauts floating around with tools, piecing together a high-tech marvel? So, we've built our mega satellite now, it's time for the launch. This is where things get even more exciting. First, we'd need to pick the right launch vehicle. There are all sorts of rockets out there, but we're going to need a big one. Not only do we have to think about which rocket to choose, but there's also a lot of logistics involved. We need the perfect launch site. And don't get me started on the timing. Weather can be a huge factor, and we certainly don't want our beloved satellite launching in the middle of a storm. And let's not forget about safety. Every space launch comes with risks, and having a budget like ours doesn't mean we can slack off on adhering to regulations. We want our satellite to have a safe trip into orbit. Once our satellite is up there, what can it actually do? The potential uses are practically endless. We could have it enhancing global communications, which could help connect remote areas of the world, making information accessible to everyone. On top of that, imagine it being equipped for climate monitoring, helping us understand and combat climate change more effectively. Plus, it could revolutionize disaster response, providing real-time data in emergencies. Economically, having such a high-tech satellite could open doors for new industries and create jobs, making our quadrillion-dollar investment worth it. To wrap things up, envisioning the creation of a satellite with a quadrillion dollars is a fun exercise that highlights how far technology can take us. It's all about dreaming big and pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space exploration.